Hi everyone. Today, our group is going to present what is cultural globalization. First of all, let's understand what cultural globalization actually means. In simple terms, it refers to spread of ideas, values, beliefs, lifestyles, media, and cultures across different countries through globalization. It usually happens via technology that can spread across different areas in the world. So, how does it happen? There are several key drivers, which are internet and social media, movies and entertainment, information and communication technology, which is ICT, and global advertising and brands. Without further ado, let's start our first idea from my team member.
Now I will talk about metaphysics. Metaphysics is about human life, value, and belief. It helps us to understand how cultural globalizations change the way people think and live. The first example is social media. Apps like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube always show rich people, luxury products, and famous influencers. This may make some people think that money and fame are the most important thing in life. The second example is online advertisements. Flash sales and special offers make people afraid of missing a good deal. It is called fear of missing out. Because of this, people may buy the things they do not really need. The third example is the entertainment industry. Some movie, TV show, and music focus on having fun, being rich, and becoming famous. This may make people careless about good values and religion belief. The last example is in digital technologies. Many people spend too much of time on their phones. They spend the less time with their family and less time on religion or meaningful activity. In conclusions, technology and media are useful, but we should use them wisely. We should not forget our moral value and our religion belief.
Hi, I'll explain why some anti-vaxxers reject vaccines from the perspective of postmodernist relativism. Postmodernist relativism suggests that people believe there is no single absolute truth. Instead, everyone interprets information based on their own experiences, beliefs, and values. This helps explain why different people can have very different opinions about vaccines. First, safety concerns. Some people believe vaccines will develop too quickly and worry that the long term side effects are still unknown. Second, natural immunity. Many anti vaxxers believe that the human body can protect itself naturally and that immunity gained from infection is stronger than immunity from vaccines. Third, distrust in governments and pharmaceutical companies. Some believe vaccines are promoted mainly for profit rather than public health. They also think scientific information may be influenced by powerful organizations. Lastly, belief in alternative treatments. Some people prefer natural remedies such as herbs, vitamins, and healthy lifestyles. They believe these methods are enough to prevent diseases and see vaccines as unnecessary. In conclusion, from a postmodernist relativist perspective, vaccine rejection is influenced by personal beliefs and distrust of traditional authorities, different interpretations of information, and understanding these viewpoints can help us communicate more effectively, even if we do not agree with them. Thank you.
Hi, this is Aisha, and today I will be presenting my topic that is decolonization. So, decolonization is basically protecting our identity, values, and beliefs from the idea that may negatively affect us through globalization. It does not mean that we are rejecting globalization, but instead, it is encouraging us to think critically and making sure that we preserve the values that are important in Malaysian society. So, the first negative effect that we are going to talk about here is secularism. It can weaken our religious and moral identity, and in Malaysia, you can see religion plays an important role in guiding our values and behavior. And if the religion would be seen as something that should only remain private, people will begin to focus more on wealth, status, and personal freedom than on honesty, responsibility, and moral values. The second negative effect is Eurocentrism, which is a belief that Western culture is superior to other cultures. So, because of globalization, we are constantly exposed to the Western fashion, movies, music, and social media. So, while learning from other cultures is very beneficial, but we should not begin to think that our Malaysian culture or tradition is less valuable. The third negative effect that we are facing is egoism and extreme liberalism, the idea that encourages people to focus mainly on themselves and their own interest. So, as a result, values such as respecting your parents or helping your family members and caring for the community may gradually become less important. Finally, the last one is anthropocentrism and materialism that can reduce our sense of responsibility towards the environment. When people focus mainly on the economic growth and material success, they may overlook the problems like pollution or excessive waste and overconsumption instead of protecting the environment for future generations. So these four negative effects shows us why decolonization is very important, and it reminds us to preserve our religious values, our cultural identity, family values, and responsibility towards the environment while benefiting from the globalization. Thank you.
Human concept and how it can serve as a guide for decolonization. In Islam, we worship Allah and submit to Allah's guidance, act with justice and responsibility, and serve society and the environment. In Buddhism, we overcome attachments and desires by practicing balance, mindfulness, developing self control, showing compassion, and using inner peace over possessions. This resists consumer culture and strengthens spiritual well being. In Christianity, humans are created in the image of God, where we are taught love and forgiveness in others, serving the community, and building moral character. This strengthens faith, ethics, and community responsibility. And lastly, in Hinduism, the Dharma and Karma cycle makes people fulfill duties, responsibility, and perform good actions, also in seek of self-realization. All in all the religions, although different, all supports decolonization and teaches us to preserve cultural and religious identities, promotes ethical behaviors, encourages responsible citizenship, and strengthens unity in Malaysia's multicultural society.
In conclusion, cultural globalization has transformed the way we live, communicate, and interact with the world. However, it also comes with challenges. We should think critically about which global influence bring value while protecting the traditions and values that define our own culture. For Malaysia, the goal is not reject globalization, but to embrace its opportunities while preserving our unique cultural identity. That's all from our group. Thank you.